camera project originally was envisioned several years ago, and Freeport's in a unique situation because we're a medium-sized city with large city problems.
This was a 2008 Port Security Grant project that was submitted, been in the works almost 5 years. Actually, we were coming up on the deadline for the grant.
And I will tell you there was significant challenges. Every other day there was a matter that could have yielded a delay, which would have thrown us over the delivery date, which then would have put the grant money in jeopardy and left the city on the hook.
The camera project was a way for us to fortify not only our city, but make it, hopefully, our industrial complex is one of the safest in the world. The city of Freeport is a town of roughly 14,000 people surrounded by some of the largest players in the chemical industry in the world. You know, we're nestled on the Texas Gulf Coast, right on the beach. We got a strong tourism base as well as industrial base as well. So it's how to balance the safety of all is important, which is why this camera project is so important to us.
Freeport is unique in the fact that there are only certain entrances to the city. So if we could put cameras up at those limited entrances and exits, then we could literally capture the vehicles, all the vehicles that come into our city as well as leave our city. That's what we were trying to do.
So they asked me to come in and look at what they had in hand, the bid process they had conducted, and their aspirations, what they were trying to achieve, and look at the grant paperwork and see if it was even possible to complete the grant process in the time remaining. And it was true, it was going to be a very close run.
The project was for some license plate readers, some pan tilt zoom cameras, fixed cameras, mounted on poles along both state highways and some roadways back off the public highway.
It was going to require significant project tempo and a lot of coordination.
Definitely working with Signal made my job a lot easier. Signal, there were several aspects of this project that they took over. For example, as I mentioned earlier, we were under a very, very short timeline. And because of that, we were having to jump through a lot of hoops. You know, you don't just throw something up on a state roadway. You know, you got to go through TxDOT, you got to go through FEMA, several entities, you know, government entities that you've got to go through to get permits and permission to do what you did.
The communications between MCA and by extension MCA, the city, the product vendors, and the other project participants that were critical like TxDOT and the law enforcement agencies that we had to liaise with in order to place the equipment in the areas we did was excellent, and Signal played a key role in that. Had they not observed a high order of communication and clarity, it wouldn't have been possible to deliver it on time. Just in some cases, just waiting to the next day to call back and, you know, hitting a weekend or something could have affected the schedule of the project. I can't stress enough that there wasn't any room for error. There just simply wasn't.
Signal Electronics was an easy answer for us because they were there way before this thing funded. They were doing a lot of legwork in the beginning, and they were always there to answer questions. So we believe in supporting local businesses. They had the clear capabilities to get it done and the desire to work with us to make it the best they could be. So it was an easy choice for us.
Oh, I would highly recommend Signal. He had a very short timeline in which to finish this project. Compounding that problem were these different state entities that we had to work with. He bent over backwards to meet with them. He would deal with us on Saturdays and Sundays, weekends he was working. He was determined to get this project completed on time and did it. And yes, I would highly recommend him.
Signal spent time achieving the project. There wasn't any question about what was to be delivered.
Signal Electronics had the ability to come in and help put all the technical pieces together that made us all look good based on their work.
There were several aspects of the case that Signal just took and ran with and got it completed.
Some companies will spend a week trying to get a permission to save $1,000 for themselves and slow the project down for that whole week. And Dave never took those techniques or tactics on. And it was essential. He had to be focused, he had to be available. There was a tremendous amount of interaction, and I mean, he's right up in the highest order and magnitude of individuals I've ever worked with in that regard.